So speaking of kind of writing your own scripts and producing your own things, you recently came out with your first, correct me if I'm wrong, special on YouTube.
Yes, stand-up
special, According to Plan.
According to Plan.
So when was the moment that you were like, okay, I'm going to record my hour. Here we go.
Oh, the morning I did it. No, well, because I was thinking like, well, worst, I'll try it. I'll do an hour, and if it, worst case is I'll have a bunch of YouTube clips, and
yeah.
I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks before I was like, maybe I should actually. It's really coming together. Like I like it. Maybe I should film it properly. So then there was a bit of a scramble to get everything. And after I decided I wanted it to be something bigger, I gave myself a few weeks of just not telling anyone that because I wanted to just make sure that it was going to achieve some minimum level of quality.
People are so quick to share. They're like, oh, I've decided I'm doing this big thing and I'm doing it. And I actually hear that a lot from, no shade again, but writers will be like, oh yeah, I'm working on this thing. But I feel like if when people start telling you about the big thing they're working on too soon, it almost jinxes it because it weirdly corrupts the motivation behind it, where it's like, now I'm doing it for you, I'm not doing it for me. Right. Personally, I don't really tell people a lot of the things that if I have something coming up until I'm like, no, I'm certain it's happening. I'm over 50% done knowing it's going to happen and it's going to be good. And so I think it makes actually a lot of sense, and I think speaks to the quality and how successful it's been on YouTube, that you were like, I'm going to let this sit and it's going to happen.
Well, I also was very aware of how most comedians will do a special, and which is that, first of all, they're far more established than I am. And they create jokes. They go out on the road for a year doing that hour 5 times a weekend in different cities, and every time they're editing it and tightening it and crafting it until it's exactly what they want it to be. And then they go and they record they do 2 shows or sometimes 4 shows over 2 days, record them all, and then they have these 4 versions that they can kind of edit together. And I was I got one. I have to record it the very first time I do it in front of people, and I have 1 show. So anything that doesn't work just has to get cut out. So I think the set was 62 minutes, right? That could have ended up as a 20-minute YouTube clip if most of it had not worked or something had gone wrong or whatever. But it didn't. It went quite well.
Yeah, it very much did.